In 2014, there seems to be one team, though, with a major edge over the others. Mercedes-Benz, of course. This week, a story broken by Mark Hughes of Motorsport magazine and Sky F1 has uncovered the truth behind their early dominance and shed light on a truly revolutionary piece of F1 science. So what is it? First, we must understand how a turbo works. There are two main components to a turbo, a turbine and an air compressor. These are sat next to one another at the rear of the engine. Why the rear? Well, as the exhaust fumes leave the engine, they power the turbine, in turn powering the compressor. This process generates a great deal of heat, and before the air can be fired into the engine, it must be cooled. This takes place in the car's intercoolers. These are located in the side pods of each car. By the time the air passes through this pipework, it's cool enough to enter the engine and help with combustion, and so increase the horsepower generated. The cycle starts again. Now, Mercedes' engineering feat has come by separating their turbine and compressor. The turbine is still located near the exhaust, but they've moved the compressor, locating that at the front of the engine, connecting it up by running a shaft through its centre. A simple idea, but a very advanced piece of engineering that's generated many benefits. Firstly, the compressor is now cooler, it not being next to the turbine and being nearer the air inlet above the driver's head. So there's less pipework needed for the intercoolers to do their work before the air gets fired into the engine. This has two benefits of its own. It reduces turbo lag, as the air is not travelling through as much pipework. So the engine is already relying less on its ERS unit to eliminate turbo lag, putting it to better use elsewhere. Secondly, therefore, the car's smaller intercoolers can reduce the size of the side pods, giving the car less aerodynamic drag. But the rewards don't stop there. Having moved the very hot compressor to the front of the engine, the rear is now cooler, and the complex gearbox can now safely be housed almost underneath the turbo. This helps with the car's balance. All the major weight is now in a more centralised area, allowing for better change of direction. It also means that the whole engine unit is more compact. If you look at the rear of the Mercedes, you'll see there are two blister-like objects. These are there just to meet the regulations, and this image gives you an indication of just how much thinner the rear of the Mercedes is compared to its competitors. So, one simple idea has cascaded into many others, giving the Mercedes more power, less drag, and a much faster car.
Well, here is the great man, Mark. It's an outstanding